We all have small moments from childhood that vanish, but a few stay quietly shaping who we become. Yeah, hi, this is Jimmy, and welcome to my not new channel, but new episodes that I'm doing. And from the last video, I'm going to do this in English. So the words that you hear, the intro, was not my words. It was my meaning, what I meant, but ChatGPT helped me. So this is like to showing you where I want to go with this channel, and I don't want to use words from AI, even when they help. I mean, you can correct some grammatic or whatever, but this channel should be really, really authentic with wrong words, and I try to get better in English, so I can inspire you to do stuff that is you're not comfort to do, but you learn while you're learning by doing, actually. So, and this is the way I want to go. I don't want to cut too much, like editing, because on social media that's so much to do. When you want to deliver something, you want to inspire people, and like I inspire my students when I teach them. That's the main thing, to inspire, not only to teach scales or whatever, but to inspire. And that's the point that I'm doing this, and I don't want to cut too much. So if it's too boring, yeah, I'm sorry for that, but I don't like to work too much on cutting and doing this, doing that. I want to give you the message pure as I can, something like this. Okay, so let's start. I'm choosing this channel to change a little bit, first of all in English instead of German. So I hope you don't mind, my German fellow. And I don't want to give like lessons in the classical way. I would like to introduce you how I started listening to music, the first song, and how it still today influenced me, and how it influenced me when I teach or when I play. Usually I play because I don't have that much time to teach, even when I like teaching. So the first song that comes in my mind, that I remember since I came to this world, was Return to Sender from Elvis Presley. And I remember this song. I mean, it was like the first time I heard it. I don't remember exactly the first time I heard it, but I knew this song is so great. I love it, and I have to hear it 1,000 times. So these days, like I was 2 or 3 years old, something like this, 83 or something. Yes, I'm that old. I really didn't understand at all, like, music about like chords. Or I mean, I was just 3 years old, even when there are kids that already know everything today. But this day, I didn't understand music. But the main thing that was pure, it's the feeling, like the emotion that gives you. And the first lesson that I can give is like this kind of thing. Sometimes you lose it. For example, if you when a new student comes to me, like to give lessons, to take lessons, they are usually listener, or not usually. Every time you're listener, like you listen music everywhere. But as soon as you start taking an instrument, you stop listening. And that's the thing. That's the main thing, like listening and feeling it, because in some way you forget that you're doing music, right? So when you start playing an instrument, you don't have to stop listening and feeling it. It's not like you have to play accurate. I understand that you have to play the notes, has to be really clear. The rhythm must be perfect, everything. But don't forget, you have to feel it. So sometimes you can play not accurate enough, but you feel it. So that's the main thing. And that starts when you were born. Like but for me, it started with Return to Sender. That I feel it. I couldn't play it, not at all. The guitar was far away to be a guitarist. So this is something that still from this time I take it to my lessons when I give lessons today. And that's the first thing that I remember actually, to like the feeling of that, and I still can feel and see me walking around the house and listening to Return to Sender from Elvis Presley. Sooner or later, I'm going to start to do live streams. And because I want to play music for you, so these videos are without playing, but talking. So let's keep going. After Elvis, I mean, I became a huge Elvis fan. But there was another song that was amazing that taught me something else. Like, it was same age, maybe 2 or 3. And my father was singing like randomly. He was, maybe it was Sunday. My father was singing, "Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away." Boom, boom. And I was blown away. Like, he was singing "Yesterday" from the Beatles, and never heard about the Beatles. Never didn't know Paul McCartney and all the guys from the Beatles band. But I was so impressed about this melody, and it was so nice. Like, and yesterday I heard it for the first time from my father. Only melody, without chords, without arrangement, nothing. And the thing is amazing, like how important the melody is. You have just the melody and you have already the hit, And then, like back then, you didn't have Spotify where you, oh yeah, let me take a look. I want to listen to the whole song, the original song. So you had to wait, or you have the recording at home, or you wait till the song came up on the radio. And the first time I heard the original song was mind blowing. I mean, it's one of the best song ever, isn't it? Like yesterday it's just 2.5 minutes or 3 minutes, something like this. The chords, the strings, and beautiful, beautiful. And this was one really good lesson that I learned from that still today. Like the melody is the most important part. I mean, I know that with production you can do, even no melodies. Like some melodies that actually are not melody, just intervals, 2 notes, that's it, maybe 3 notes, whatever. But and you make a lot with arrangement, so it sounds amazing. But if you put everything away and you have just the melody and you love it and it inspires you, it touches you, then you have something really, really deep. And that's the point of music, isn't it? So actually then, after that, the what came up, like after the Beatles, I became a Beatles fan. I was like 4 years old, 5 years or so. Elvis, Beatles. Then a couple of years later, 2-3 years later, there was a guy, some kid, walking around and dancing like Michael Jackson. I hated him. Not because of Michael Jackson, but because of him. So I was 7 years old, 8 years old. So he was like annoying, So because I hated him, I didn't like him. I didn't like Michael Jackson. Then 1991, something like this, I think. 91 should be. Remember the Time, the video came out. And that was incredible. I saw like Michael Jackson, the Remember the Time video. It was incredibly good. Watch it if you never saw it before. The dance moves, the music itself, and immediately I fell in love. Even when I heard songs from Michael Jackson, but like it's like in the radio, and it's like I said, it's not like today that you get everything on your phone, and I became immediately a huge fan of Michael Jackson, and then I wanted to be like Michael Jackson some way. So I started dancing. I like him. I I think you say land, right? Like a VHS cassette from the neighbor, and he gave me the cassette, and I had just 2 days because he wanted to have it back right now, like immediately, not right now, but after 2 days, like as soon as possible. So I had less time, not that much time. So I learned the moonwalk, all the dance moves from the Dangerous tour. So like I was like skipping back, it's a wonder that the cassettes survived that 2 days. So that was interesting thing because I was like keeping everything in my mind so I don't forget it when I give away the cassette, the VHS cassette. I think you say a VHS something, like video record for the video recorder. And this was like something that impresses me, and I had to learn it as fast as I could because I didn't have that much time. So I did it. I did it, and actually I earned the first money on stage because I got the chance to dance on stage. Like my family are most of them musicians, so my uncle had used to have a band, and he invited me to for the breaks for the band that I had the chance to dance there. So like the first time was in a discotheque in Stuttgart, and I danced the first time. I got 100 mark. It's like 50 euros. Yeah. So I bought with a 50 years CD player. Yeah. So I could learn or have more CDs and more music from Michael Jackson and Beatles and everything. So this was the start, but sooner or later I recognized, well, I'm earning money with the dancing, but it's you don't have that future, like as a Michael Jackson impersonator as well. Actually, I don't look like Michael Jackson, and so like the thing was, well, I have to do something else. Maybe it was not like clearly like I have to do something else, but the nice thing what happened was that while I was watching the moves from Michael Jackson and the concert from Bucharest, from the Dangerous tour, I saw that amazing guitar solo on Working Day and Night. If you never saw that concert and that song at the end, like or in the middle, more in the middle, there's the Jennifer Batten. That's the biggest inspiration. Like the start that I play guitar, it was Jennifer Batten. She was the guitarist from Michael Jackson for the Bad tour, the Dangerous tour, and the History tour. And this was such a great inspiration that what she's playing there, was like wow, was like a bomb, like woo, yeah. And then I had to start playing guitar, like said, oh, that sounds good. Like because it was always like Michael Jackson and Jennifer Batten, like with the blonde hairs, and that was like remarkable. I think you say remarkable. If it's not the right word, I'm sorry, but it's like Michael Jackson with that guitarist, with that female guitarist, amazing, and that was actually the reason. But that's another story for another video. That's the reason why my first electric guitar, I didn't want like whatever kind of guitar, like Fender. Well, actually, I want have a Fender, but Fender Gibson. But my first guitar had to be an Ibanez. Why? Because she played an Ibanez on that concert, on that tour. So that's the reason why I have an Ibanez. But I think that's long enough, isn't it? Like I don't want to bore everything, or it's too boring for you. But for the next video, I'm gonna talk more about this. So my inspiration. If you have any questions about anything, I know we're not that much subscriber, but doesn't matter. If you loved it, please subscribe. Or if you, or maybe you can make a thumb up or down, right? What a bull! How you? Yeah, you can make that. What? Wait a minute. I have this one. No, that's This one. Yeah, I found it. So if you say this is a shit, oh no, wrong. Okay, doesn't matter. Video, then thumbs down. Yeah, that was a try. And the next video is gonna be without any teleprompter and nothing. And yeah, hope to see you next time. Subscribe or whatever. See you. Bye.